So, you see, since Monday, we actually, me and Christian, had the debate of what to do with the front end. This looks better than the first version, but it's still not good. So Christian experimented with this in CAD, and luckily, he discovered that, of course, there's a better version. So this is what we're going to build today. On top of it, the hood is going to get a power bulge to, look cooler and be able to incorporate, engines that otherwise wouldn't be able to fit under the sloped hood. So that was Christian. So, first things first. First, we have to remodel this and move it one stud up. So this is also gonna give us an opportunity to redesign the mounting of this. So I would like the mounting of this to be like a snap-on, so I don't have to pull the chassis out on each side every time I have to remove it. So we're gonna have to, yeah, okay. We're gonna have to remodel this, and this part here, the frame, is not gonna be made out of axles anymore, but pins. So yeah, first let's do this first, and then we're gonna focus on this. Because I don't know, those axles, they're so fiddly, and pins are just better. Everything's gonna hold together a lot better. So let me get some pins and have to use some creativity. Okay, so ideally I'm gonna use, I am gonna use some axle. Okay, so I'm gonna use this guy here. Then I'm gonna use a bunch of these. And we need a 9er axle. Axle. Daisy chain eased onto it. Okay, like so. Turn it around, and then we use this guy there. Perfect. Now on to the bottom part. This is gonna be slightly more difficult. But let's see what Christian came up with. The mounting method for this. I think he did something that I haven't considered. Let me just mouse, please. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Like this. Christian, how did you mount this? Or did you not mount this? Or did you just, this? Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay, I see. What we're doing. Okay, you're gonna. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Of course, you didn't bother with it because you didn't have to. It was just mounted. It was just placed there. In CAD, I always forget. In CAD, you don't have to actually mount things. They're just there. Okay. Okay. All right then. I'm gonna replace this. This. And of course, I'm gonna put a bar through it. Of course, I don't have a white one. Oh, another question. Didn't we say that these don't exist in white? Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that these don't exist in white. So we have to come up with an alternative solution. What would that solution be? That's the other question. No white. Okay, so we have to come up with something different to mount this. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Before we go any further. Okay, I'm just gonna put this together so I have something. Okay, so initially this would mount like this here. Yeah. Is it here? Let me just check. Just to be sure. Yeah. Okay. So it mounts here. It mounts. Okay. There. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. So, what can we do? So the only visible white thing is gonna be this. Then we're gonna make ourselves a mounting solution. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but there are a few options. So we are going to replace this here with a combination of this, possibly this, possibly, I don't know yet. There could be other parts that are better suited for this. And come on, we're gonna mount it here. I mean, while we're at it, we can convert it to this version anyway. Okay. So we're good here. Now let's see what our options are. Can you see it? Okay. So one of the options is this. However, we have nowhere to mount this. Absolutely nowhere. So we are going to basically, I mean, it's hard to see, but basically when we offer this up to the car, like this, we have nowhere realistically to mount it in this position. And I would absolutely want to have this, you know, like a snap-on, so I can remove this at will. What are our options here? I forgot already how much room I have. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Okay, 4 studs. Okay, so it has to be like here. You cannot see anything with this in place. So here. Okay. I mean, I can potentially see a few options, but because I don't want this to wobble, you know. I want this to be relatively stiff, mounted relatively stiff inside here. Relatively, of course, because it's not gonna be perfect in any case, and it's not a structural, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Um, mhm. Got it. Got it. So, what we are going to do is the following. There. This mounts to the frame. To this frame, and that's it. And it's all nice, just the way we want it. Okay, let's convert this side as well. Typical, of course. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, our grill. Ah, yes, of course. There was something, of course. There. Oh, come on. Don't be like this. Perfection. This is how perfection looks like. And all thanks to Christian, who took the time to actually model this in CAD. Perfect. Now, of course, we have the freedom to accentuate the bumper a little bit by placing, we can place plates on here to hide the studs. So, I think an 8 plate. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And to a 10 plate something could go on here, maybe not. We have the freedom to do it. So this of course changes the dynamic now with the hood and our fender. So let's change that. First, the hood. Let me remove what we did last time with the fender, because this is irrelevant. And let's start with the hood. Now I need to look up the picture of what Christian did, because he did the lion's work for us. There we go. So we are basically, how did you do it? Okay. Okay. What he did is very fragile. And what I don't understand is, Christian, what did you use in the middle? Just in the middle of the hood. What in the front? What's that piece? Ben, sorry. I was just overrun with everything. Couldn't respond to all of you, and even I was lagging even to Christian. I mean, I'll make it up to you. So sad me, I don't have all of the parts that Christian used, I think. At least not in the quantities needed in white. So we're gonna have to substitute some of them with light bluish gray. I think. So yeah, the hood design that we use here is obsolete. But of course, we need to consider a few things before we take this apart. Or we won't take this apart at all. We can just use new panels. So we need 1, 2. Is there a better way to do this? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah. Makes me kind of sad as well, but yeah. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, I mean, what I have to, what Ben reminded me, of course, of is that Um, okay, yeah. What Ben reminded me of is that Christian sent the CAD file to a few people, um, and in the last stream we said that it would be good to have some ideas how to do the fender. So this part here, or this part here of the fender, or the whole fender actually. And I mean, Ben and who else? Ben and, let me check. Ben and Quack came up with a few ideas, but ultimately, Christian, I don't know, his designs were just so superior that I, you know, didn't even question them, to be honest. Um, so, what Christian used in here in this part, of course, the hood is gonna be flat, no more this edge, and we're gonna make a power bulge here. But Christian used white parts here that are only present in the Ferrari, whatever this contraption is, the 488 something. I don't have any of those, so I'm gonna leave, I mean, a gap here or something. I mean, we know how they mount, so that's not a problem to consider. But we need to do this part of the hood. Oh. Sorry, I don't know why I'm yawning. Right. So let's do a preliminary build of the frame of the hood. Let's see. So okay, I don't even have those in yet, right? Have to substitute light bluish gray. So we are. No, wait. We're going wider, of course, yeah. We're going a lot wider. So yeah. Okay. It's this width. Right. Here in the middle, I don't have the right piece. Okay. Okay, now on the sides, I'm not gonna use those white ones. I'm gonna use light bluish gray ones from the get-go. So we're going wider, as wide as the grill. Oh God, the cat! What the fuck does the cat want? Okay, he doesn't want cuddles. He wants food, which is not my responsibility at the moment. If he wanted to cuddle, yeah, maybe. Then I would maybe indulge him. So you see, this is gonna be a power badge in the hood. Okay, now for the challenging part. So here in the front, we don't have a lot of meat to make something substantial. So another problem is that with the hood as it is now, we lose the mounting positions here. We don't have anything to mount these two, which is a bummer. So we need to come up with something that allows us to do this. So let me check one thing. How wide are we here? Okay. Okay, there's options. So one of those options would be for us to use this here. In one of these slots. Which one? This one or this one? This one. So, and if we assume this has to be approximately here, yeah, and approximately here, yeah, then we have a mounting point for this here. And the other mounting point would be here. Where are my favorite part? How do we mount it here? Like this? Yeah, like this. There. And there. This is not the right moment. Okay. Now there's two issues with this. One of them is that we don't have room to put in this. The other might be that this is gonna clash with the mount on the chassis. So let's check. Let's check. So let's check. Ah, okay. My bad. Have to be on the outside, of course. And then the second problem goes away, thankfully. Yeah, about that. You see, the problem that we have here is that, of course, the white parts are now making contact with the chassis. So we have to re-engineer this. So we have to move the white part. No, we can't move it. We can't move it. Great success. Okay. So we can't move the white part. We can't move this. So damn. So we have to make the hood uglier by using this instead of this, and then putting a one stud spacer. So one stud spacer here in order to accomplish this. Or we cannot do that and utilize this hole here. This hole here. Okay, we can do this. But okay, yeah, we will do this. But now we have to solve this problem here. So here we would like to mount this guy here. We would like to mount this guy here. But as long as this is here, we can't. So let's see if we remove this here. Yeah, I just wanted to do this. So we're gonna go like this. So like this. It's reasonably stiff, so that's okay. What about this? Let's consider this. So we are going to install this here. So now that this is here, we don't have a mounting point for this. So this is interesting. I mean, I guess we still have to do what I wanted to do. Initially, we still have to do it. So we have to use this. Unfortunately, this. Come on. There. This is pretty stiff. We have to live with this. But other than that, it works. Okay. So this is better. And yeah, we need to move this closer together because this is not gonna work. Yeah. It's my bad, of course. But, you know, sometimes even I cannot read instructions. And because of the initial mistake, we have to re-engineer the entirety. I think this is correct. Yeah, this is not correct. Okay. Oh man, I really suck at this. Mirroring things. That's sometimes hard. Sometimes really hard. And then this happens. Of course. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? Okay. Excellent. There we go. Power bulge is there. Now, the interesting part here is gonna be how we now combine these two halves, because we basically don't have a lot of room to play with. First, there's a row of these, and then here the gap between the grille and the hood is bridged by those new 3x2 panels, which I don't have, of course. So we're not gonna do them. Just, we're gonna imagine that they're there. Yeah. But we have to make, a foundation for them to latch on. So we need to make something here. And of course, speaking of latches, we need to, of course, incorporate the latch into this. So that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. One question. Do these here exist in white? Do these exist in white? That's a question that I would really like to know. If they do, then we have good options. Then I know exactly what to do. Okay, yeah. Let me post screenshot. So here, that's directly from Discord. Yes, Flying Fish. This is about redoing the hood, because the front is such an iconic part of the Sierra that we really need to nail this. This has to be right, and I think we managed to do this. Christian did a really good job with designing it. I think it's really what gives the car character. In the last stream, we did good. We did reasonably good, but this is better. No white. Okay, no white. What can we do? Because let me show you what my intent was. So my intent was to do the following. I wanted to, and maybe some of you are gonna get an idea that I'm missing here. So doing this, putting this on, there, and then on the inside here, I can use another lift arm like this, or I'm just putting something here, and then mount the latch onto this. And this lift arm would also kind of connect all of this together before the row of the panels goes in on here. But like this looks like poop. If we have a black piece here, doesn't look very good. What would an alternative to this be? Because we cannot use alternating rows of this, because this is flapping about and it's useless like this. Okay, maybe I have solved the problem. Not sure, but maybe. So we may not use this. these. Let's see if my theory is correct. It's a bingo. There we go. Our jackpot. Okay, now since you have this figured out, there, this becomes a lot easier. There, and we're gonna have a 3-stud piece here in the middle, because it looks, I mean, reasonably well, and you know, because we can. I guess I prefer it this way. So now let's mount these onto the whole thing. Oh, of course I don't have enough of these here to cover both, but you know, hasn't stopped us before. So if I use this and this, and the middle one is gonna be flanked. Yeah, okay, we have enough for the front. Okay, the middle one, of course, is gonna be held on by these. Oh, okay. So first snag. First snag. How do we deal with this? I did not anticipate this. But we can deal with this. So we have what? 1, 2. 2. Can we possibly use these two instead of this? Let's see. Let's see if we can use these instead of this. Such a shame. Come on. Such a shame. Okay. Now the question is, does the hood close like this? Only one way to find out. It does. This thing does not interfere with anything yet. And it's go. Okay. Okay. So this makes this part slightly more complex than I wanted. Which thing? Which thing would this guy? What would you move once the back? Ah, yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, and yes, it's a good idea. Bestest idea, to be honest. So we move this one stud back. Yeah. Okay. As always, Christian is right. I mean, you know, sometimes I'm just overcomplicating things that needn't be as complicated as I make them. There we go. This is actually much better. Yeah, because it completely blends in. Yeah. And we do have some parts for this, I believe. Here I'm going to use an interesting approach, like this, in order to have a chance to pull this out. Or not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Because I want to have, I mean, I can force this in, but I have to have the chance to be able to disassemble this at one point in the future. So we're gonna use. Actually, I don't know what we're gonna use here because this is exactly the point where we attach the latch to. So if I now put too many pieces here that don't belong here, I'm going to be in trouble. Okay, so now we can't do this either, because if we do this right now, then once I put the row of lift arms here, I have nowhere to attach the lift arms to. So there's that. So I can attach this lift arm here and another one here, like this. And now what? Now I have to fill this part here. Now we have to get creative again. How do we how do we attach this guy here and this row here and something in the middle here that doesn't move up and down? Right. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. I'm searching my mind for parts that could possibly fit in here and would, I mean, have a probability of be white to be white. Another question. Okay. So come on, focus. So the question here is, do at least these here in the middle exist in white? So neither these nor this exists in white. How about this? Does this exist in white? This guy here in the middle. So if this guy existed in white, that would be perfect. This would actually solve our problems. Yeah, because otherwise, I don't see. Realistically, I don't see how we're gonna do this. This would be perfect. I mean, we would basically put this guy like here, here, and here, here, and then this would mount perfectly. It doesn't yet. Okay, yeah. I kinda assumed it doesn't. Yeah. I mean, what can we do here? If we... Does it exist in light bluish gray? Because I mean, it would hurt a little bit, but if it exists in light bluish gray, I could live with it being here. Dark bluish gray, not so much, but light bluish gray would kinda... You could forgive us for it being there. Theoretically. Theoretically, you could forgive us for it being there. I don't see another option to mount these reasonably. wait, wait. Hold your horses. Okay. So I mean, I'm stupid, of course, but I just came to the realization that the panels that go here in front, once connected, are basically one rigid piece. And that rigid piece will connect all of this. So we don't need anything here. This can be smooth. So this is fine. So there's no problem. Sometimes I just need a little longer, you know, to realize a few things. Yeah, exactly. So we actually have one, two, yeah, that's correct. So 1, 2, yeah, that's correct. So the panels that will go here in front are going to connect all of this. Well, not all of it in the current configuration, but we are going to do some tweaks, I guess. Damn it. But yeah, that's how it can be. Yeah. I'm an idiot, bubbling in the dark, if you ask me. Sometimes I have more luck than brains. Well, most of the time. So this is going to be the centerpiece, and the panels are, of course, come on. Christian designed it a little bit differently, but I don't know. I mean, we can go either way because the panels are basically one solid piece, and it doesn't matter how we place those. It can be done like Christian did, with a 5-piece here, 5-piece here, and a 15-piece here. Well, I don't have a 15-piece, so you know that's gonna be it for now. But that's basically it, because this provides all of the stability for this part. So this is not basically structural, and it doesn't matter. So basically now we just fix this just the way in a similar fashion than in front, and then we can do the latch, and then we have, you know, a great looking hood. Well, not here on the stream, but everybody who clicked on the picture here in the chat knows how it's gonna look like. So it's gonna look like Ace. Come on, yeah, one more. All we need is one more, at least for now. Perfection. Imagine it's all white, of course, and imagine that there's the 2x 3 panels here in the front that basically make the hood slightly curved, slightly inwards, slightly downwards. And let's put it on the car. Oh yeah. Damn it. Yeah, so just employ a little imagination with me and it looks great. It really looks like a Sierra now. This was all that was needed. Really. Perfect. Does look even better in real life than on the CAD. Really like. I really like it. Yeah, we gotta fix this as well because there's a solution for this. So we get rid of this. There. Much better. Okay. Let's move on to the lock. It's probably gonna be relatively simple. But you know, maybe not. So we remove all this and this. Much easier than before. So, what is the situation here? And it's not as easy as I thought it would be. It's like 1, 2. I'm gonna try something. So basically, our latch needs to be here. So that's the guide for the latch. Of course, it cannot lock in here, but we can use these. You saw nothing. Okay. Now the question is, how deep does this need to go? I don't know. That's enough. So we need to go, theoretically, so we're here. We need to go 2 studs further in. Okay. 2 studs further in. Interesting. But still, how deep? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's a tough call. Yeah, okay. Let's experiment. Let's experiment. That's too much. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. So halves, okay. Half is that. Um, okay. Now I'm slightly confused. But okay. 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 So this halves it needs to be a 4 stud. 4 stud, and then we should be golden. Okay. That's not good. You know, what happens now is that once this gets down, this guy here, if I leave them on their own devices, this guy here is gonna pull this to the front. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Problem is that this is moving too much as well. Yeah, see, this is all like chewing gum. Very, very very uncool. Very uncool. And the problem here is, of course, that all of this is angled. If it wasn't angled, this would be a lot better. By how much is it angled? Let's see. What if we counter angle? What if we counter angle with the number 3 stud? So it's angled like this. And if we counter angle, oh god, that's too much. Yeah, that's too much. I mean, when the first iteration of the hood, when it came down directly, and the latch was basically it came down the way it should. So it sat in here very nicely and everything. That version was great. We didn't. Yeah, that version was great. We didn't go back to the curved hood at all. It's a power bulge. The hood is straight. And these panels are at a completely different angle now. They are not part of the curvature of the hood, so it's all fine. You can basically leave the grill on because it's not, come on, it's not really in the way of anything. Come on, there. You know, that's how it is now. And that's a power bulge, not the actual hood. It's basically so that we can fit engines that are higher in there. So it's good. It's good. But now we need to find a way to create this hood latch. And once we do, we are golden, because the fenders themselves, Christian found a very good solution, for which I'm probably going to order parts over the weekend, with the help of Christian, of course, so that I don't order the wrong parts again, because that happened before. Yeah, the latch. the problem that keeps on giving. Can I really not put anything in there? What if I do? What if I do it anyway? Let me be this bold. There. So this little guy here is gonna prevent our latch from moving too much. Yeah, I mean, why would you, right? Why would you? Okay, never mind. Change of plan. We can leave this out anyway. Let's try this. Let's use something different here. Since now that I see that we can, this is gonna improve. Come on. This is gonna improve this situation by a lot. Okay. So. There we go. Here is we're gonna use this. You don't even need this. Okay. Come on. Yeah. Okay. That's much better. Why can I still do this? Yeah, because this is still bending a little bit. I mean, for all intents and purposes, this is fine, you know, because the purpose of this latch is that the hood doesn't flap around when the car is jumping or you turn it around and whatever. And at the same time, once we have the panels here, they're gonna cover this gap. You're not gonna be able to lift the hood up just like this, and I have to apply some force, let's say, some force before it pops out. Let's see. If I put this guy back on. Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. We have to make this slightly stronger, and that's it. Let's do this. let's do this, because this is experimental and needs slightly more engineering to be good. Come on, LED, don't fuck with me. Okay. Yeah, especially you. This guy, this needs some special love. Yes. The answer is yes. If you know what I mean. I'm never building just models. Everything that I do has to be drivable. And the second thing is that this car is I'm designing it basically to be the test bed for future LP power engines and drivetrains that we might put in cars. So crap. So I'm basically engineering this to be, you know, it has a large engine bay just for the purpose, so we can put a variety of engines in it. Okay. Let's try this again. So what we want here is we want this to be as stiff as possible so that it doesn't get pulled out and this doesn't get pulled out, kind of. So maybe again, I don't know, for the building instructions. So when I make the building instructions for this, of course this is gonna be done on stream. We are going to build a replica of the Cosworth 4-cylinder with valves and everything, and on the side of the car there will be, you know, mounting positions for electric motors, so you can kind of motorize it, or maybe even not, you know. I don't know, but the engine will probably be the Cosworth 4-cylinder, you know, but everything is going to be modular, so you can take the 4-cylinder out and put in whatever you like. Because that's actually that's my idea. I mean, I like to do things in such a way that people can do stuff with the car. So that it's modular, upgradable, you know, all that stuff. Because since when it's modular and upgradable, this is playability, and that makes it actually fun. So you have something, you can modify it to be the car that you like. No, there's no news on the color front. You can make it your own Sierra with your own engine. I don't know. There we go. That's it. Come on. Okay. Needs to be smacked a little bit, but it's rock solid. That's it. That's our hood latch. There. You can lift the car with it. Yeah. Of course, there's one thing that we always forget, and this is this, our spring. But this time, I'm going to do something different. This time, we're gonna just replace the lift arm. Come on. So from a 4-stud lift arm, it's gonna be a 5-stud lift arm. Come on. There. And now when we open the hood, it pops out. There. Come on. You see how the tooth here latches onto the whatever is it, the belt thingy, and when I open it, it pops out. Perfect. I'm happy. And you have to, of course, imagine now that this part here is going to be covered by the panels, and that's going to be it. Perfect. Those panels, let's be clear. Those panels are going to be expensive. You know, they're going to be expensive, but you know, whatever they cost, I'm going to buy them. I hope they're going to get less expensive with time and when they appear in more sets in white. But you know, I want the car to be in white, and I don't care what you think. Once you get building instructions, you can substitute the parts in white to whatever color you like and build it in that color. Very nice. I really like it. So let's do the assessment. Okay, now I broke the light. Yeah. I broke it completely. God damn it. It's incredible how much the light adds actually to it. Wow. Okay. But yeah, you can see where this is going. So sorry for it being dark, but nothing I can do. The front of the car looks now really realistic. There's of course tons of work to do. We need to kind of make the bumper look a little more realistic. it needs some details, you know, around here. I don't know. I need to look at the exact proportions of this. But the hood has now a nice power bulge. We have a solution for the fenders. So, well, uh, by we I mean Christian. Um, but this is something that I can implement only after I order parts, because I don't have any of the parts that his solution implements. So at the moment, uh, there's nothing I can do. And I think this looks really nice, really nice. Um, and once the fenders are on, it's gonna look even better. Um, so the plans for the future, or let's say for the next stream. In the next stream, we are going to build ourselves a gearbox. Imagine that. We're gonna build the two-speed gearbox that the car is gonna have in order to assess how big the tunnel has to be. So with the tunnel, if you look at the tunnel, so we need to first see how big the gearbox and the tunnel has to be before we start building the dashboard. After we know the dimensions of the tunnel, we are gonna go and build the dashboard, and then of course the seats. And yeah, well, one thing that we forgot, of course, the rear spoiler. The rear spoiler, of course, something that's also gonna be featured. And we have to revisit this part here. I am absolutely not happy with this part. Doesn't look like a Sierra, and some tweaks are required here. Other than that, we have covered more or less all of the basics. So once the car is completely white and has this part here in the front done, it's gonna look completely different. Now it looks like a garage project with primer and, I don't know, some patches of rust or whatever. But once this is completely white, it's gonna look fantastic. And yeah, I think that the springs are gonna be too soft, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm gonna order an extra pair of Unimog springs for the rear anyway, because the rear, once everything is put on the car, it's gonna be too heavy. But the front, maybe not. I'm actually, at the moment, the front, it's okay. It's okay. I'm happy with it at the moment. If it stays the way it is now, I would be perfectly happy. But the added weight of the engine, the gearbox, whatever, might change things. No, the seats are not gonna take as long, because we are not gonna make the seats foldable. The seats are gonna be just seats, and we have basically all the parts that we need, so nothing special. Basically sliding front and back, and adjustable back. No idea of folding, because basically there's not going to be anything in the rear. The trunk is going to be empty. We're going to just maybe put a strut bar here in between the rear strut towers, and that's going to be it. I mean, whoever wants to build the trunk and the rear seats, go ahead. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, that's the assessment. I mean, we are, even though when I turn the car around, even there's nothing here, but that's not true, because I just don't have the parts. The car is done. This side is just as done as the other one, because I just have to mirror stuff once I order the parts. And of course, all of the parts that are not white, I have to order those parts, replace them with white ones, and it's gonna look completely different. Um, yeah, I mean, I have we got I will part out the Land Rover, and the Land Rover has like good enough parts that we can make some pretty interesting racing seats out of them. Yeah. But I would like to make the back adjustable, because specifically for that, specifically to adjust the back, I have bought, of course, these specifically to adjust the backrest of the Sierra seats. So I want to use them. Yeah, I would really like to use them. Yeah, that's it for today. We did a lot. That was, I mean, this part here that we did with the hood and the new grill, and then when the fenders are implemented, this is basically the face of the car. This is what makes the car. When you look at this part here, you will instantly recognize the Sierra. Even if we completely fucked up the rest of the car, this would give it away. And that's good enough for me. But of course, we didn't fuck up the rest of the car. It's reasonably accurate. Let's say it's not completely accurate, but reasonably accurate. Um, it's the rear is on bricks, so don't judge it by this, but it's gonna be perfect. And it drives really nice. You really have this feeling of driving. Especially, I mean, I like this fidgeting. That's why I want a hand of God steering, because I really like to drive the car around the desk and feel the suspension working, and how much grip the car has, and make it, push it so it loses the grip and stuff like this. It gives me joy. And if you want to just display the car, just pull this out, and it's without the hand of God steering. That's basically the idea behind of this. Lego's missing out here, if you ask me. That's really a missed opportunity. And we're gonna make, unlike in the Charger, we're gonna make like a special place where you can put this, like, when not needed. Anyway, that's it for today. Over the weekend, as I said, me and Christian are gonna order the correct parts that I need for the design of the fender that he did. And of course, I have to order a ton of these panels, some lift arms, connectors in white. Now I know exactly what I'm missing, and then we can make this car in the correct color. And it's gonna look, I think by the time the parts arrive, this car is gonna look amazing. Really amazing. Once it's gonna be completely white, it's gonna be like, it's gonna pop out. Right now it looks, it's a project, a work in progress. But once it's all in the proper color, the Audi is gonna start once this car is finished. I'm not gonna do two projects at once. Um, So, but I think, I think we can finish the Sierra by mid-May, and then we have enough time to make the Audi, because the Audi uh, has only must only look uh, stock on the outside. Um, all of the rest we can do complete race car spec, and it's probably going to be a build that's a lot quicker than the Sierra, because here, we are obsessing with really small details and stuff, and Audi has a much simpler shape as well on top of that. So the simpler shape of the Audi, one reason why I chose the Audi, the simpler shape is going to make it much easier. The Sierra is not such a simple shape. I mean, if we did the Quattro as initially in the suggested in the poll, it would be easier, definitely, because it's just a square car. But I think this is very satisfactory. Um, yeah, true. But the Charger was a lot farther ahead than the Sierra is now, and I'm at the moment I'm not prepared yet to start on the Audi. And you have to understand that before I start on the Audi, I need to buy the motors as well. So the motors are basically the basis for the car. Without the motors, no car. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, the Sierra is a lot sleeker. So it has all of the angles and stuff. So um, we had to be very careful here. With the Audi, of course, I already know how to do the fenders and stuff. They're gonna be made of bricks. Um, I think I don't know who here in the chat has posted in the on Discord how this technique that we're gonna use in the Audi for the fenders has already been used. So I'm not worried about that. Um, and the suspension in the Audi and the steering and all of this, it's gonna be interesting. And with the Audi, I think we can make everything work. Well, so since the Buick is not gonna release the motors before May, you know, uh, we can finish the Sierra with style without rushing too much. And since we have done all of the essentials, so there's no need. The car is basically there. Nothing major is standing in our way anymore. We solved the major design issue that made the car not look not quite right, but it does now. So the Audi is gonna be in a 1 to 10 scale. The scale is given by the Buick competition rules. So the competition rules say that the Audi has to be like 1 to 10 scale. It has to look and be instantly recognizable as the car that it represents, and it's not everybody can the competitors can choose a model that they would like to model. I just chose the Audi. Doesn't matter. But the car that you're entering in the competition has to be 1 to 10 scale, instantly recognizable. It has to have a steering wheel inside of the cockpit that turns with the wheels, a driver's seat, so as if basically an interior. It has to have the the engine has to be visible where the original engine is, and in the same configuration as the original engine, so a 5-cylinder in our case, in the front, and has to turn with the gearbox, I think. not with the motors. So it has to be driven by the gearbox. Of course, it's gonna be just a dummy motor on top of everything, but it has to be there. And the rest, it's up to us. There's no other way. There's no weight there's no weight restriction. There's no. I mean, everything else is up to us. How many motors we want to use? One requirement, of course, it has to have a gearbox with at least 2 gears. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have 2 gears. That's more than enough. So a low and a high gear, and that's gonna be perfectly fine. Reversing is of course achieved by putting the motors in reverse. That's something we have to consider. So basically, no one-way clutch. That's what you have to take out of it. What? Concurration on the competition? I don't know what they mean by this. I have no idea what the others are gonna use. I'm actually I'm not even gonna ask anybody what they're gonna use, because I want to go in this I want to go into this in a way that I'm basically just doing the best that I can. I'm gonna do the best that I can with the rules, and then we'll see what's gonna happen. Yeah, basically. I mean, I don't care what the competition does. We might, yeah, the competitors, we might be beaten at the competition. We might not. Everything can happen, but the point in this is, of course, to have fun. And engineering the car is gonna be, well, interesting as always, because we're gonna go overboard, of course. Multi-link suspension, everything that we can throw at it to make it as light as possible, as maneuverable as possible, as fast as possible. All that we know. And I know for sure that what we are going to do is going to be different from the competition, because the competition, people who are also going to compete have different philosophies than me. This might be good or bad, I don't know. I'm just going to do it my way. If it's good enough to be competitive, I don't know. But it's going to be fun. And we're gonna learn a lot doing it. That's my take on it. So anyway, that's it for today. I need to fix this light fixture till the next time, because having no light is really annoying. And yeah, that's it. Ordering parts during the weekend. Probably gonna be an expensive order again, because the white parts are always expensive in the panels. But what can you do? Yeah. So I see you all on Discord, and if not sooner, I see you on Monday. So thanks for watching, and I see you.